All right, what's up, MillerTime gang? We here with my guy Luke. We gonna try this again.
Try it again.
Yeah,
Trial number two. Trial number two.
We had an episode that was supposed to come out. It didn't make the cut. Did not make the cut.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen again.
Yeah, it's all cool though. It's all cool. But welcome back, my guy Luke.
Yes, sir.
This is our sniper here at Austin Spurs, man. He barely missed. Don't forget that.
I appreciate that.
He barely missed. But introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, like Zay said, my name is Luke Avdalovic. I'm from Sacramento, California, and yeah, I'm here with the Austin Spurs. This is my second year here. I went to University of Pacific in Northern Arizona. I'm sure we'll get into kind of how I went through all that, but yeah, no, like you said, I'm a shooter. I play wing. I don't know.
That boy, he athletic as well.
I'm athletic.
Hell yeah.
There we go. We'll have to insert some some of the hitting clips.
You got it. You got to, bro. You got to.
Yeah,
this time we on the couch, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
We're cozy. We're comfortable.
I couldn't do it with chairs, bro. It wasn't hidden. But we gonna bring in some intro music.
Listeners gotta, you know what I mean? They gotta appreciate little things like that.
I know, bro. I know. I had the applause on here. Where is it at? My boy Luke.
Thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate that.
Nah, this drink fire though, bro.
Yeah.
I had this for like 2 years now.
Bro, it's a great setup. It's a great setup. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully the listeners appreciate it because I definitely do.
Yeah, man. I'm trying, but we gonna get into it, man. Just
Start where you want me to start?
Yeah, man.
So I think last time we started, so in high school, I was a really small kid. I hit my growth spurt late. I don't think I really grew until I was about 18. So obviously, I love the game of basketball and I was chasing it. And I had a pretty good junior year. I was really lucky that my closest group knit of friends, we were all on the basketball team. We've been playing on the same team since middle school, and so by the time we got to high school, it was like second nature being on the same team. We knew where each other was going to be, and we were that team that you hated to play against. Just a bunch of white kids that swung the ball around, got a good shot. Everyone hated playing against us because we were going to play basketball the most fundamental, squared way possible.
Sound like Wofford.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Sounds just like Wofford.
We had a group of really good guys, and I think I went D1. One of my best friends, he went to Sac State D1. We had 2 Division II guys. One guy that had multiple D2 offers ended up he didn't want to play basketball anymore. But we had college athletes. Despite us being the whole white team that swung the ball around and got shots, we were really, really good college basketball players. And that junior year we were good. We surprised some teams. We made a good little playoff run. And then that summer, none of us played for any sponsor teams or circuit teams or none of that. We were all just on the I think it was called Team Sacramento or something. It was just we put it together. It was a good team. I think we really only had 2 D1 guys, and they're both the ones from my high school, me and Will. And then we had a Division I football player. He now plays for the Chargers. Shout out to Matt Stone. And he was on our team, and then that was it. And so we didn't really turn any heads. Going in out of that AAU session, I had some D2s and D3s and NAI looks and stuff, but nothing crazy. And then the September of my senior year, I broke my arm. I broke my elbow at an elite camp. And anyone I was talking to, they were like, look, it's too big of a risk at this point. We were already going to take a chance on you, but now we don't know what it's going to look like. So that was really a big hit to me. And I was just like, dude, this is obviously I want to play basketball and chase it as long as I can, but this hurts.
What was your mentality when they were just because I know that feeling because it's happened to me in high school as well.
Yeah.
Different reasons though, but what was your mentality?
It was my thing was I felt like I had worked up until that point to just even get my foot in the door. I wasn't one of those kids. Like I said, I was small. I was never the most athletic in the gym and never really turned many heads. And it was I worked this hard to get my foot in the door and just have these conversations. And now for one thing that I'm going to work my way back from. I'm going to have surgery and I'm going to be good to go by high school season. For them to turn me off that fast, just off of that, I was that's tough. But I think it was
insane, bro.
It was good for my maturation though, because as you get into the business and college and pro sports, that's the way it works. They just move on to the next person. So I think learning it at that young age, as I was still kind of coming into a young man, it was big for me. And so Ended up just tackling that senior year, like got healthy, literally got cleared the day before our first game. Like I was able to do non-contact and stuff all the way up until that first game, and then had a appointment with my surgeon the day before. He cleared me. That was it. Went into the game and had a big-time senior year. Our team, we went, I don't remember the exact numbers, but we finished semifinals in California, I think, or NorCal. So we went to the NorCal semifinals, lost, and that was the longest run in team history. We had the most wins in team history and all that. And so, like, we started turning some heads, and I at the time, my trainer had a guy at a national JUCO. I think he was at Casper Junior College.
Yeah.
And Northern Arizona was looking at him, and they asked my trainer, they're like, hey, do you have anyone that would be willing to walk on? And so he gave him my name, and they came to one of my playoff games, and when they were playing Sac State, and literally first half, I think I hit a couple jumpers. I had a breakaway dunk. I, made a couple plays. Breakaway dunk. I was really hyped. Like, I was hyped off of it. And so it was playoffs, too, so I was just, like, really, like, locked in and felt like it was a good time to have a moment, right? And so after that, they're like, yo, he's good enough to walk on. Like, tell him to apply, and we'll figure out from there. And, I just kind of, between wanting to have a real college experience at, like, a real big school and having the chance to play basketball at the highest level, I was like, this is something that I can't turn down. Like, as much as they're going to sit here and tell me, you might never get in the game, you might not get a scholarship, all that.
Like, I want to go play college basketball.
And, like, I wanted to prove to myself that I belonged at the Division I level. Like, I had my whole life, everyone was telling me, like, you're not going to make it at that level, you're not big enough, strong enough, whatever it is, right? And now I have a chance to go prove it to myself that I can do it, like, despite what everyone's saying. So that was the biggest thing and why I took that leap, and it ended up, like, I wouldn't have changed anything about it. I loved it. I loved it there. So
that's incredible, bro. That's incredible.
You. But it's like, to me, like, I think everyone kind of has their path, right? Like, whether you are highly recruited or whatever it is.
Yeah, my bad.
Everyone. There we go. Yeah, make sure we're squared up.
Yeah. I ain't trying to let that happen again.
Oh, there we go. I can see myself. No. No, I think everyone has their path, though, and I think the reason why people make it is because they take the right things from each of those things. So, like, despite me not having any offers or not getting recruited at a high level, like, I didn't let that stop me from, chasing the game I love. Like, it wasn't going to change how much I love basketball.
You played any other sports?
I played soccer up until junior year. Played soccer till junior year, and then, like, I think I was one of those kids, my parents kind of threw me in everything. So, like, I played, like, t-ball and baseball and stuff, and then my dad was a tennis player in college.
Tennis player?
Yeah, so he tried to get me, and he tried to get all of us, me and my brother and sister, to play. My sister played in high school, but that was it.
She wasn't going for it?
I mean, tennis is tough. Tennis is tough.
Tennis is tough?
Oh, my God. You'd be good at it, though, because you're quick side to side.
I played against somebody in tennis, my senior year?
Yeah.
I just did it for fun. I was just all over the court.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The ball's not going to get past you. But no, tennis is tough. And, like, I'm always, like, I don't have the control. Like, I just hit home runs. Like, I'm going to get the ball out. So, but I always joke with him that that's the only sport he can still beat me in. Like, my dad. Because,
is your dad good at basketball?
He didn't play basketball at all growing up. He loved it. So my dad grew up in Croatia until he was about 10 years old. And then he moved to Philadelphia until he was like 15. And then he was in the Bay Area in California, and then ended up going to school at UCSB. And that's where my parents met. And he played tennis there for 2 years. Tough. So he didn't, like, basketball wasn't, like, a cultural thing growing up for him. Like, he knew soccer and he knew tennis because that's in his Croatian neighborhood. That's what the kids played. So, like, that's when his love for the sport started. And then he told me when he got to America, he just, like, fell in love with basketball.
For real?
Yeah. And so, like, he didn't know.
That's where you get your last name from?
Yeah, Avdalovic. It's Croatian. Yeah.
That's so tough.
Yeah. No. Well, and then everyone thinks I'm, like, super foreign. So, like, if we play someone that has, like, a Serbian or Croatian last name, they'll say something to me, and
I ain't gonna lie. Last year, I definitely thought you was gonna have like a.
Yeah. No. Exactly. We played. We played someone this year, Makovic, on the squadron on Birmingham, and he said something in Croatian. I was like,
you was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think I said Brat, which is brother, and then he thought I could speak it, and I was like, okay, that's all I got, man. Like, I was just trying to be respectful, but yeah, no. And so my dad said he fell in love with basketball then, and he never played or anything, but he was just like a huge fan. And then, my brother's playing at a D3 in college, so we just kind of been a basketball family
Since
growing up.
then, that's tough, bro. That's very tough. Like your senior year, you had a big year. So when did you get back from your injury?
I got back, so what? It was September 10th I got hurt, and then I got back like November, let's see, Will's birthday was 19th. I think we played like the 25th, so I got back like the 24th or something, November 24th. So it was like 3 months.
That's
I
tough,
got 2
bro.
screws in my elbow. Yeah, so if you see me, the reason why I wear the shooting sleeve now is because I have screws in my elbow. Yeah.
You got it. Is that mandatory for you to wear?
Yeah. It was, well, I mean, probably now I don't have to, but when I first came back after it, I had to wear it, and then I just got used to it. Now it's like a mental thing. Like I just feel like I'm like exposed if I'm not wearing it. So
I understand. That's understandable.
I mean, yeah. And so, and like I'm going way too much into it, but I have nerve damage in my elbow now. So if I like bang it on the ground or something too hard, like my whole arm will be like, it's like if you get hit in the funny bone, but even worse. Like I'll lose feeling in my hands and stuff. And
For
so,
real?
yeah, so the pad kind of protects it from that a little
That's
bit.
insane, bro.
Yeah. No, good thing it's my left hand. Like I'm not I don't gotta worry about it too much.
That's insane, bro. So as you started, you got recruited. Well, you got into college with Pacific.
Northern Arizona was
That's
first.
Northern Arizona first. So you got into Northern Arizona as you transitioned to high school, and like I mean from high school to college. How did you feel about that? Like, what was your mindset when you was getting in the car to head up there?
Yeah, so it's funny. I remember my mom took me. So like obviously at the Division I level, you're gonna have to report during the summer, right? So that was like my first like reality hit that I'm going to play college basketball because all my homies were still at home enjoying summer before they're going to first year of college.
Yeah,
and it's like middle of June, and they're like, "Yo, we need you to report. Like it's time for practice." So that was when I was like, "Okay, like this is a job now. Like I gotta be fully locked in." And I remember my mom brought me up during the summer, and she was like a nervous wreck. Like
she was nervous.
Like, she was so nervous. She was like, "Make sure you have this. Like you don't want to forget this." And I was like, "Mom, I'm going for 6 weeks. I'll be back. Like if I forget like a couple hoodies, like I'll be fine. Like I'll be back home in 6 weeks." Like and she always joked. She left her ID on the like countertop or something when we were leaving, and so we got there and we needed to rent a car. She couldn't rent the car because she didn't have her ID, so she was like, "This is a bad sign." She's like, "You got to go home." Like, like, "Mom, it's gonna be okay."
She did not want you to go there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she was so nervous, but like obviously she was super happy for me, but like it was a big leap, like being the little walk-on kid, like it was a big leap. So for me, my biggest thing was I wanted to take it in as much as I could. Like I wanted to make sure I took advantage of every opportunity for better or for worse. So like if someone was getting extra shots up, I wanted to be there. If someone was watching extra film, I wanted to be there. Like whatever it is, I just needed everyone, not just the coaches, like my teammates included, that just because I'm a walk-on or just because like I don't have a scholarship like everyone else, I'm just as bought in as you guys, if not more. Like I needed them to know that I was there for the right reasons. I wanted to win games too. And then basketball-wise, like I think I told the story last time.
Yeah.
I had he ended up being my roommate on the road, this is one of my best friends to this day. His name is JoJo Anderson. He was a sophomore at the time. He was like roughing me up that summer. Like,
yeah, I remember.
Not giving me any phone, no calls. He was like, "Walk-ons don't get on pick up today. Like, you're not getting the rock. Like, go shoot on the side." But like, just being like, for lack of a better term, being a dick. Yeah. Exactly.
I remember this story.
Yeah, like midway through summer, I had a big day shooting. Like there was one day like we had like skill workouts. I shot well, and then we played pickup, and I was just lacing it. And he comes up to me and he was like, "All right, I think I know who you are now." And I was like, "Joe, what you want today? Like, get out my face, bro." And he was like, "You know, I was just testing you, right?" And I was like, "What do you like?" I'm not really thinking. I'm just like, "Bro, what are you talking about? Like, I'm sick of you already. Like, what are you doing?" And he was like, "I just want to see what you're made of." He's like, "We've had a lot of white walk-ons come through here that like they're not with us." And he's like, "Now I know you are. Like, I just wanted you to prove it to me." It's like, "All right, whatever, dude." But from then on, took me under his wing and like everything I needed, made sure I had rides places, make sure I had food each night, like all this. And so, like I said, this is one of my best friends to this day. And he told me, he was like, "Look, if you want to try to find a way onto this team and find a way onto rotation, find what you're good at and be head and shoulders better than everyone else."
Please, for all the young listeners out there, bro, please listen to that one more time. Be good at what you're good at, bro.
Exactly.
It can get you far wherever you want to go. Bro, be good what you're good at. If you're being a good teammate, defensive player, you don't have to be nobody else but yourself. Once you get, I won't even say, I say what, high school?
Yeah. Well, and I think what I always tell people too is at a certain point in basketball specifically, there's only like one or two guys per team maybe that have the full leash to do everything.
That's what I'm saying,
so
bro.
if you're in the, so like I'm a specialist, like I'm a shooter. As long as I'm proficient at everything else, like that coaches know that they can trust me in everything else, but that is what I'm going to do at an elite level, then I'm going to make it somewhere, right? They can trust me in that moment, right? So like I think everyone always sees like KD's, James Harden's, like Steph, like all those are anomalies. You know what I mean? Like
they gotta look at the Drew Holiday and Derek White.
Like
look at Draymond. Draymond is making a hell of a career at Golden State, just giving Steph the ball, rebounding and running the floor.
Exactly. Like and those are things that everyone can do if you just put your mind to it and buy in. And so like JoJo tells me that, and I was like, so for me, obviously I was a shooter in high school and stuff and coming up, and I was like, okay, I'm going to be the best shooter this school has ever seen. Like, there's no other way. And for me, it wasn't like, oh, I need to get a scholarship or whatever. Like, I just wanted to play. Like, I wanted to contribute to the team, be on the team, like, whatever it was. I was like, I'm not going to sit here and just be the guy at the end of the bench that everyone loves. Like, I want to play and contribute. So, like, I really, that year, they let me redshirt, which was huge. I remember Coach Murphy, he ended up leaving us. He was like, you know, a lot of walk-ons usually don't say they want a redshirt. Like, they usually just want to get there 4 years and get out. And I was like, Coach, no, like, let me redshirt, please. Like, I just want to get as much as I can out of it, like, all of this. And so the team was bad that year, too. And so I just felt like I benefited so much from playing scout team and all the redshirt workouts and conditioning and putting on some weight and everything. Like, it was a huge year developmentally for me, like, not only physically but mentally, too, because I was able to prove to myself, like I said, like, going and playing against the starters every day and being a different person on the other side of the scout really, like, helped me believe in myself more as a player because I knew what I was capable of against the kids in Folsom and, like, in the Sacramento area. But, like, now I'm doing it in the Division I level. Like, whether people are seeing it or not, like, I can prove to myself I belong there. So it was huge. And, like, I ended up having a ball that year. Like, it was so fun. We won 5 games, but like I had so much fun that year. Some of our stories that year.
You telling me that. You was telling me y'all wasn't that good that year.
Oh no, we were horrible. We were probably one of the worst teams in America.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we were bad. We lost to like a NAIA school and like an aeronautical school. Like it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. But I'm telling you, like we had good. Like for the majority, like every team has a bad apple or two, but like the team itself had good dudes. Like everyone pretty much liked each other. Yeah, we were losing, but like. We enjoyed each other off the floor. We had good times. Like I enjoyed it. Like travel was fun. Like my roommate, like I said, JoJo was my roommate on the road. We ended up bonding crazier than I think everyone would have assumed. Like it was just a good year. Everything outside of basketball. Now when we checked the ball up, it was bad. It was really bad.
So after that, was that next year a breakout year?
Yeah. So next year it started off not. So redshirt freshman year. Again, like I had high hopes coming into this year because I felt like I was killing it as a redshirt, and I was like
that summer you was feeling good too.
Yeah, I was feeling great. And then we recruited like 2 JUCO guards, like wings, shooters, and I was like, okay. And I remember having a conversation with my coach, and again, I'm still a walk-on at this point, and he was like, look, I know we recruited such and such, like that's just the nature of the game. Like we don't want you to get discouraged. Like we don't want you to stop doing what you're doing every day. Like please just continue to stay with it, and your number's going to get called. And I trusted him. Like, I know college coaches sometimes are full of it.
They be
exactly, for sure.
They cap so much.
I always said, man, like, he was brutally honest with me, and I think that was probably the easiest way for him to be honest. Like, it's easy for him to sit with recruits and be like, oh, you're going to be a 1,000-point scorer, blah, 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 all this. He sat there and told me, hey, you may never get a jersey. Like, that was probably, like...
The realest stunt.
Yeah, that was probably the realest honesty he's ever had to be. And so, like, I appreciated it because for me, it was like, okay, it's only up from here. Like, cool. I'm on the team. I made that happen, but now what? And so... Yeah, I was a little discouraged when we recruited those guys, but I was like, okay, like, just be ready. Stay ready, whatever it is. And so first 6 games of that year, or first, like, 6 or 7, I was getting DMPs, barely playing, 5 minutes, all this. Like, actually, that's a lie. The very first game, I played, like, 15 minutes, and I was 3 for 4. I shot well. And I was like, okay, like, I was like, this is a good role.
What was up with that?
We were just blasting this team. Like,
okay.
Like, I think he was just rotating everyone in first game.
Okay.
But I remember I came in, missed my first shot, and I was like, okay, like, catch your breath, blah, blah, blah. And then I made the next 3, and I was feeling good. And I was like, okay, like, if this is my role, like, 15 minutes, like,
that's cool.
Find in, like, come in, hunt shots. Like, I could do that for sure. Didn't play at all, like, the next 6 or 7 games. So I was like, okay, like, I get how it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. And we were winning. Like, we were winning games that we shouldn't. So I couldn't be upset. Like, being the good teammate, I was like, the guys are rolling. Like, this is what's supposed to work. And then
that matters so much, though. Bro.
Yeah, like I think it's perspective.
It matters so much. Oh my gosh, don't be that bad apple on the team, bro. Just I don't know. it just when like certain people like that just get caught up in their head about like, oh, I should be on this court. Like it's like you gotta be patient, bro.
Right.
It comes like sometimes you gotta pay your dues. Like if it just don't come to you, not even pay your dues. Sometimes God is just telling you, you feel me? Wait your time, because when your time come, He gonna give you the strength to bow.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, bro.
And like, I think it would have been one thing if the team was losing, and I'm like, man, I could really help the team. We were winning games. Like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to complain about? Like,
That's tough,
what
bro.
are we here to do? It's like we're here to win basketball games. So like, as frustrated as I could have been, I was like, you know what? Like, just buy into it. Just buy into it. Be ready. My time's gonna come, and then so be it. Like, we play San Jose State at San Jose State, and that's like 2 hours from home for me, from Sacramento. So I had grandparents were there, family was there, like a ton of my friends that were still like locally, they all came. And our starting two guard gets hit like the first minute of the game in his head. He's out for the rest of the game. He goes, Luke, get in there. Luke, get in there. So I always joked with him. I was like, you must have felt pressure, like with all my family that are putting me in. He was like, no. Like, you had a good week of practice. I was like, Coach, you don't got to lie to me. Like, that's what it was. So to this day, he won't admit it, but I think that's what it was. And like, I had a huge game. I think it was like 6 for 12, 20 points. We barely lost, but we were supposed to lose by like 18 points. Like, we were with them to the wire, lost it down the stretch. And like, it was a massive game for me. And I was like, okay, like, Ted's going to come back next game, like, whatever, like, stay ready. I definitely made a name for myself. So he was still hurt. Coach comes up to me. He was like, how are you feeling, like, after the game and all that? And I was like, Coach, like, it felt good to be in there. Like, obviously, I shot the ball well. Like, hopefully I can, you know, do whatever it takes to get the win next time or whatever. He was like, we're going to start you now. Like, you're going to start next game. And so started from then on out.
He got thrown into the fire.
Straight into the lineup. And it was so we played San Jose State, which was Mountain West, like, and that was the reach for us in the Big Sky. Then we played San Francisco. We played Bouye. They killed us. They killed us.
How much Bouye had?
So he was young. He didn't play much. They had this other point guard, Frankie Ferrari. Killed us.
Damn,
but because we were both
he
was a sophomore, so he was like barely in rotation. But it's not the Bouye we know today.
It's not.
No,
not 30, 10, and 10.
Nah, see, but
40, 10, and 10.
I played him later in my career, and when I was at Pacific, and that was the Bouye. That was when it all came together. But yeah, he was young, so he was just like in rotation. But they killed us. Then we went and played Utah. Which, funny thing, Parker was there. Me and Parker guarded each other.
For
real?
One of our
teammates. Yeah.
So you and Parker knew each other before y'all even.
Like, I didn't know him, but like we had played each other once, and like we remembered that game.
That's
like,
insane.
And we were guarding each other. Like, we were the two shooters that were just chasing each other around. Like, it was so funny. But so like that road trip was a big road trip for us. Like, those were a Mountain West, WCC, and Pac-12 game. And he was like, "We're gonna start you." Like, and then whenever Ted comes back, we'll figure it out from there. But he's like, for now, like, you're the starting two guard.
So were y'all rolling at that time?
I started shooting the ball well. I think going into Christmas break, which is like right before conference play typically for college, I was like shooting 57% from three or something. And it was like top.
You gotta play, bro.
Huh? Yeah.
You gotta play.
They kept me on the court. And it was like, like I said, what JoJo said, he was like, they can't take you off if you're the best shooter out there.
Bro, you're shooting 57%.
Yeah. I'm like, what are we doing? No, so I just rolled with it. But then the thing that was weird at that point was, again, I was still a walk-on, and people were like, yo, like, you deserve to be on scholarship, blah, blah, all this. And I was like, bro, that's not my, like, I can't control that. I can control the product I put out on the floor, like, by staying ready, staying prepared, and all that. I can't control if they want to pay me to be, you know what I mean? Like, that's none of my jurisdiction. So I wasn't worried about all that. And then, like, third week of conference comes around. I think I'm leading the conference in percentage from three-point made, and like maybe freshman points or something. Like, I'm leading in a few different categories. And my roommate, Nick Maines, shout out to Nick Maines, he's like my brother. He was a walk-on as well, but they had told him the year prior that they were going to put him on scholarship the next year. Yeah. So we all knew, like, we already like roo-rod for him, like we had a moment for him and all this. So after practice one day, he brings us all into our little film room, which is really a closet. And he was like, I just wanted to take a moment to give Nick his scholarship papers and like all be around here when he signs them, blah, blah, blah. So everyone goes crazy. Yeah. And then he was like, oh, compliance messed up. There's one in here for Luke too. And like everyone went crazy. Like, everyone erupted. And it was so crazy. I had no idea at the time. And so like I was just like, I was crying. Like I couldn't keep it in. Like, it was nuts. And so at the time I was like, okay, it's a scholarship to finish the year. Like, that's dope. Like, I appreciate the gesture. And he was like, no. You're a full ride player, like, for as long as your time here at NAU. And I was like, this is crazy.
So tough.
It was crazy, dude. And so, like, I remember calling my parents, and they started balling and everything. And it was just like a crazy moment. And then I remember I was like,
Your mom almost didn't let you go.
man, she was nervous. She said it was a bad sign.
Your mom was like, this is a bad
This is
idea.
bad, yeah. Oh, shoot, man, that's right. Maybe that was the sign we needed. I don't know. But I remember calling them, and then we played Idaho State our next game. Or no, we played Southern Utah our next game. And I remember thinking, like,
What the?
yeah, a little commercial right here.
Commercial break?
Brought to you by.
I don't know what's going on. Bro, this is crazy.
There we go. We're back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We're cutting that out.
We were playing Southern Utah our next game, and I remember thinking, like, okay, now it's time to prove them right. Like, they gave me the scholarship. Like, obviously I was working hard, and not for that, but it's a great gesture and everything. Now I can't go and lay an egg and be like, oh man, like, he didn't deserve it. Like, he was just on a crazy run, but that's not who he really is.
Yeah.
And so the rest of the year, that was my mindset, and I finished the year, led the conference in three-point percentage and makes. I think I was like top 5 in the country for three-point percentage. I shot like 49% that year. There was a freshman record at NAU. I think I was like top 3 all time.
My guy, you're a shooter, bro.
I mean, thank you, first off. But
That's insane.
I wasn't chasing records or anything. It just kind of played out that way.
What I say in practice all the time?
Let's see. So I hold a few at NAU.
You know what I say in practice all the time?
You said in practice?
Yeah, you know what I say?
I mean, bro, I think
I say this all the time. I wish I had a white boy shot. No racial thing going on, but
it's fine. I buy into it. I tell people this all the time because I think it's funny when it's specifically white guys are like, "Oh, you can't put me in a box."
Bro, because look, bro, you, Cal, freaking Parker.
We're here for a reason, though. Like, you know what I mean? My thing is this, like, if you want to put me in a box, it's like, okay, I'm in a box that like 50 people in the world can say they're in. Like, cool. Like, that's dope to me. You know what I mean?
That's tough, bro.
So, like, I don't run from the stereotype. And, like, I know, obviously, I can do other things that help a team win, but, like, I'm a shooter at the highest level I can be. Like,
yeah.
And so, like, if you want to call me a shooter, great. Like, yeah, I get paid for it. Like, cool. You know what I mean? That's the way I think about it.
But how do you feel about that when people say that?
I laugh. I
Just
usually
laugh.
just agree with them. I'm like, yeah. Like, defenses go at me. Like, I know they see red when they see me. Like, that's just what
Yeah, they got to take me off the line.
Yeah, like, that's fine. Like, and like, it's like the ultimate sign of respect, though. Like, it's the same, you know, like, there's always like the meme or the joke that's like when you catch the ball and the other team's yelling, shooter, run them off. It's like, you got to know where I am because that's what I'm going to do. So, like, that's kind of, I think there's like a swagger and like a confidence to knowing like, okay, that is what I do. And like, I do it at that level that people got to worry about it. And so I don't mind the stereotype, honestly. Yeah. And like, whatever, I'll be the best version of it. But yeah, so that was kind of how that year played out. I stayed at NAU until I graduated through the COVID year. And then I grad transferred to Pacific and I did 2 years there. My last year I shot really well and wanted to play pro and kind of try to figure out from there, and didn't really know what to expect outside of
when you transferred. What made you transfer that year?
I was honestly just kind of ready for something else. Like I did 4 years at NAU and I loved it there. Like I continue, like I'll rave about NAU, the people there and everything, and like we left on mutual terms. Like my coach, there was no bad blood there. We he hit me not too long ago actually, saying he was thinking about me and stuff. So like it was good people, no bad terms. Like when I went into that exit meeting and told him about it, he was like, look, we were a little worried it was going to happen. We hate to happen, but we're going to support you, blah, blah. He was like, just don't transfer in conference. I was like, coach, you don't worry about that. Like, I want a new experience. I don't want to be around.
Was Bouye still there? You was going to go to San Francisco with Bouye, bro?
We tried. They didn't. Like, I talked to the coaches a little bit. They weren't fully bought in. They had other shooters and stuff coming up. They were honest with me. So, like, a few schools were really honest with me in the portal. They were like, look, like, you're a great player. We think you could help us, but we have 2 or 3 other shooters. Like, we don't want you to get bogged down. Like, if that's what you want to do, cool, we can figure it out. But if not, like, we totally understand. And they were one of those schools. And then after, because I ended up going to Pacific. The reason why I went there was Coach Stoudemire, honestly. Damon Stoudemire was a coach there. And when
played in the NBA?
Yeah, he was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse. He was a dog. He was a dog, and he was just so, like, every time he called me, like, obviously some schools would call me, and it was like, oh, Luke shot such and such from 3, blah, blah, all this, and like he would call me, he'd be like, yo, like I'm in Sacramento. Like, what's a good place to get some
food.
to some lunch today? Like, he would just call me like on some
On some
cool,
chill,
like, yeah. And
yeah.
I'm just like, this is like talking to one of the homies. Like, I'm not talking to a coach right now. And like a lot of this time, it felt like I was just a number on a paper. And he like really called me to get to know me. Or he was like, one time he called me. He could have been lying. Like, he maybe a good recruiter, but he calls me. He's like, yo, Luke, I'm on the gun right now. Like, what are some drills you do? Like, I gotta know what you like.
He was getting real personal.
He was just chatting basketball, and like you said, that's an NBA. Like, that's a household name. He was a rookie of the year. He had 50-point games. Like, he was a real hooper. So I love that. And then it was an hour from home for me. So being in Flagstaff, which is like part of Arizona that a lot of people don't know about, it's up in the mountains. It snows. Like, it's crazy. So I was like, coming back home, it was going to be great. Be close to my family. I think my parents made it to basically every game those 2 years. So
tough.
That made it that much better. And then he ended up leaving for the Celtics, but like I loved the coaches there and the people there and stuff. And the WCC was a better conference than the Big Sky, so that was kind of a big thing for me. I was like, I want to take a leap, and again, I want to challenge myself. Like, I want to see really what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
And so, ended up making that transfer. And we had struggles the first year. Our second year, we were a lot better. I think we surprised some people because we were supposed to be last in the conference. I think we finished like 6th or 7th. Like, we were right in the mix there. We had a really good team. A couple guys that ended up transferring and doing really well. But yeah, for me, it was mostly just like I wanted a new experience.
Yeah,
like, I think it's a little. You don't see it very often now that people do 5-6 years at one school now.
Yeah,
you know
it's not happening.
It's not happening anymore. And
NIL, where's my money?
yeah, that wasn't a thing when we were out there.
Oh my gosh, that was what my last year.
Yeah,
When you came out,
23.
I came out 21.
Yeah, it was. So it started my senior year. Like, it started my second to last. I guess it was like both my senior years because one was the COVID year.
Yeah,
but not at Pacific. We didn't have money like that. But like other schools and stuff were getting money, but not the amounts that we're seeing now. It was just like little things and stuff.
That's crazy.
And now it's ridiculous. But yeah, and that was.
What was your shooting percentage last year?
Last year, I shot 51% from 3. So that was a school record. I think I hold a career record at Pacific for 3-point percentage, and then that was a single season record. And then I think I led so. Depending on what website you look at, like for attempts and all that, I was like anywhere from 1 to like 3. So
that's
in
tough,
the country.
Bro.
So that was
So are you think somebody gonna break that
at Pacific? I don't know. It's tough because I feel like it's situational too. Obviously, I think it's possible to beat it. I don't think 51 is like an unbeatable number, but the way we played, I was gonna get a lot of good looks, and obviously you gotta make them and cash them out and everything, but we got myself a lot of good looks that would get me going to where like I knew I could hit the more difficult ones after that. So they have a whole new coaching staff, whole new players. Like, they play a completely different way now. So I don't know what it looks like down the line. I'm sure it could get beaten. But I mean, I can hold it now, and I think I'll be in the books. Like, I remember someone sent me the record book this past year with like me up there, and I was like, that's pretty dope. Like,
that's dope.
People aren't gonna take that from me, and that's like they got like 1 through 10, so I'm sure I'll be up there for a while, whether it gets broken or not. But yeah,
that's tough.
I can say I left my mark at the schools. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
not like
memorable.
You getting jersey retired and stuff, but
hey man, I just did my job, man.
That's tough though. That's really tough.
You
don't see that in college very often, so I feel like that's a big time. Like,
I thought it was gonna be a little bit. I didn't know it had like a requirements.
Really,
jersey. I didn't know it was a requirement for like to do certain years when you're out of college.
Yeah.
So I guess this was about to be my year 4 of the thing out of college. I guess I could. That's when they called me and said we gonna retire your jersey.
That's so tough,
man. It was an amazing moment, man. I had all my most of my teammates came unless they was like overseas playing. Had my family, had my friends. Just it was
like
lovely,
once in a lifetime. Like,
it was lovely.
There's so many. There's such a handful of people that can say they've had moments like that too. Like,
bro, that's like. I say this all like I'm about to say like I say it all the time, bro. That's insane for me to be my jersey retired every time I go to the college I went to.
Yeah,
and that's why I kept asking you how you felt about your
the records.
Yeah, bro.
It's cool. I think it'll be the coolest. Like, I'm not someone who like if someone calls me right now like a random number and like I got to make an appointment or something, I won't say that like I play professional basketball. I'll just be like, oh, I got to travel for work and stuff. So I'm not someone that like boost what I do or whatever it is. So like I think it'll be cool down the line, like for like my kids or like their friends and stuff, and be like, oh, this was my dad. Like, this is what he did when he was playing. Like that's pretty cool. Like you again, like that's etched in stone now. Like whatever it was, that's behind us. So I think that's the coolest part to me.
Are you still cool with the coaches there?
So it's a brand new coaching staff, brand new AD, all that. So
did you meet them?
I met them. They're great people. It's their first year. They're obviously in college basketball now. It's tough. Like you kind of have a new squad every year, and so they have a whole new everything. AD, coach, all the way down to the players. They're doing a pretty good job. They're definitely getting some hiccups, but WCC is very open. Like obviously St. Mary's and Gonzaga are at the top every year.
Oh my gosh!
But I think they're building the right things. He's a great coach. He's like a legendary coach in Canada.
We lost to Gonzaga my freshman year.
Yeah, in
college, bro. In the NCAA tournament. What?
See, that's the one thing that I wish I was able to be a part of, the NCAA tournament.
You never been?
Never been. We weren't. I was never really close.
It was so it's like a hype thing. It's so hype because like we went. Nah, I want to win. Like that first game matters. It just goes by so fast. Oh my gosh, like that, like the excitement. I've been twice, but man, I just wish I had won a couple games when I got there. Like, I wish I wasn't so excited to get there.
Right. Gotta be able to take in the moment a little better.
Yeah. But it's all good though. At least I went. That was like the time I was there. I went twice, bro. Everybody else above me only went once, bro.
Yeah.
Well, my roommate, teammate, he was like my best friend at UNCG. His name Caleb Hunter. Just me and him, bro.
Yeah.
We the only two that went twice.
Yeah, that's tough. No, like I said, that's the one thing. I don't know. I think I've always said I want to get into coaching whenever I'm done playing. So,
you gonna get into it?
Yeah, I think so. If I can find a path to get to the NCAA tournament through coaching, maybe
I might. You feel me? Just keep working with this, man. The camera stuff, man.
That would be dope.
Camera, I love that. I love the camera. Work with the camera, videos.
I mean, you do a great job with it. So.
I want to do be a sports analyst as well. So we'll see about it, bro. If I do get into coaching, I don't know how it's gonna go, bro.
My thing is with the coaching part of it, I had so many coaches that impacted me like on and off the court and I could see their joy in like when I had my triumphs. That I was like, I want to have that ability, that moment, with people going up, and so. Like the coaches that I was close with, I stay close with. I try my best to keep up with them as much as I can. Like obviously the game moves so fast now; they're all at different schools, and obviously I'm playing somewhere else and stuff. But like I try to take one thing from them, either on and off the court, and like remind them, like, hey, like this meant so much to me. You're a big part of me getting to here and stuff. And I think just like that means more than how many times you put the ball in the hoop or whatever. Like the relationships and stuff is bigger. So
I love all my relationships I built with like coaches and the players because that's like some like it's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like vulnerable moments of like your career.
For sure.
So
it shows that you care too.
Like, like the thing with my coach, he got so personal with players. He got to know the players. Just besides them being on the court, like how I don't know how some coaches like you don't see your head like at some schools you don't see your head coach until like practice or games.
I think that's a weird dynamic. I wouldn't want that. Like I would want my players to be comfortable around me.
That's
like,
what I'm saying, bro. I would hate that so bad.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That's just me. But let's get back to it, bro. Let's get back to it. But this the time you about to go pro, bro.
So So like I said, it was. I didn't really know what to expect. So my trainer, who I've been with since 6th grade, his name is Jared Waters. We have a much closer relationship than trainer player at this point. He's basically my older brother.
Yeah.
He was kind of helping me through this whole process.
Is this the one with on the podcast?
Yeah. So he co-hosts on my podcast. I'm sure we'll get into that as well.
Shout out the Walk On.
The Walk On Pod.
The Walk On Podcast.
We'll touch that after in a little bit.
Yeah, shout out to Walk On.
I have a podcast as well. And he is a co-host. But he was the one kind of helping me navigate through all that. He has like a handful of NBA guys and stuff. And so he was in the agent meetings with me and stuff, and again, like I was just kind of like, I don't know what I'm looking for. Like I don't know if I need to listen to this person telling me I'm gonna be such and such, or this person telling me they know where they're gonna be. Like I didn't know what to do, so he helped me a ton. I took as many agent meetings as I could as possible. Obviously, a lot of people see my last name and they're like, can you get a passport, such and such, and all this, and like we're gonna send you this country, this country, this country. And I ended up going with my agent. His name is Matt Sland, and he basically was like, look, what is your goal in basketball? And I said, my goal is just play basketball at the highest level I possibly can. Like, I'm not going to say I want to go average this money number, whatever it is. I was like, I just want to go play at the highest level I can, whatever the road is. And he was like, he laid out the whole plan of what he could see me doing with different paths, all this. And he had vouchers. Like, I went and checked him with a bunch of other people. And, you know, he came back with a lot of great reviews. So I went with him, and I had a few offers. I had one in, like, Mexico. I had one in Greece. I had one in Poland, and they were all like, yeah, we like Luke. We're not sure if he's going to be able to make it at this level. Like, we'll bring him out here to start the season. We'll see how it goes, like, all this. So, like, it was kind of tentative, which I get, like, that's the way the pro game is. But for me, I was like, I've been here before. Like, I was a walk-on. Like, cool. Like, I'll go there and be the best player that they've seen. Like, that's cool with me. And then the Austin Spurs came knocking, and Matt was like, hey, they want to have a Zoom call with you. Like,
so how did that deter?
I have no idea how it came about.
Like, the Austin Spurs was like, we need this guy here.
No, I literally have no clue how they saw who I was. I didn't play summer league that year. Like, I did one pre-draft workout with the Kings. I did summer league training camp with the Kings. Didn't make the final roster. Like, they told me I wasn't going to. They were like, hey, we just want you around in case you like ended up on Stockton. It's around some of the same guys. All this. I literally have no clue how they found me or anything, like who told them about me or whatever. But the GM at the time was Brent Barry. Josh, who's our GM now, was in the front office. He was on the Zoom call, and it just like they
probably with Josh, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, again, the one thing I wanted to express to them on that Zoom call was just how grateful I was, because I was like, for me, like, this is all brand new to me. That I'm wide-eyed, like, whatever you want to say. Like, I'm super grateful for the opportunity. If you like me or not, whatever it is, you gave me an hour today to tell you who I was and why I love the game of basketball, and that means more to me than anything.
Yeah.
And then they were like, we're gonna bring, if you want. The offer basically was like the local tryout player. So, like, because I didn't play summer league or anything, I wasn't in the G League draft, so I had to go through like the tryout player like process. Now,
so at that moment, did you know you was going to play for the Austin Spurs?
Yeah. So at that point, like, I accepted the offer, so I knew I was going to be on the team and everything, but I wasn't like, I didn't. It's funny because everyone always asks me like, oh, how were the trials and all that. I already knew I was on the team, so it wasn't like I didn't have to try out. You know what I mean? Like, even though that was my title,
so they already knew you already.
Yeah, exactly. And then reported training camp, and so that was last year, and had a solid year. I think I just tried to value the relationships as much as I could, kind of take a lot of the same things from college that I did, just be in the gym as much as possible, be thankful, be a good teammate, all that. Like, there were a lot of times when I wasn't playing much, all that it was just about making sure, being a good teammate, being the guy on the end of the bench that people can talk to, that they can lean on and everything. Yeah. And then when my moments came, tried to do my best, and you know, they brought me back for summer league, and they brought me back this year. So,
last year, my guy Luke had how many 10 threes?
Yeah, the last game of the year I had 10 threes.
Yeah, 10 threes. Yeah. Go ahead and talk about that. Yeah. Don't take that out, buddy.
It was a big game. It was a big game. We were in Iowa. We needed to win both games to force a tiebreaker with you guys, I believe. Yeah. To make the playoffs, and the first game we win a tight one. I think Bouye hit like a step back to seal it at the end to win by like 5. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a super tight game in Iowa down the stretch. Second game, like 3 of our wings are hurt, sick, whatever it is, they're not there. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some minutes today. Like, I know I'm gonna be one of the first ones off the bench, all this. Mm-hmm. And I came in and I hit my first 2 shots, and like one of them was like a 2-for-1, like get a quick shot up, and I made it. I was like, okay, like, I'm feeling good. They draw up another one for me out the second quarter timeout. Hit that one. Like, okay, like, I'm seeing it go in now. Like, I feel good. And so I start gunning. And like, credit to my teammates, like Duke and Bouye were still there with me, and they were looking for me. And then our guy Turk, Raekwon Gray, he was like, handoff screen, shoot it. Like, he was looking for me.
Raekwon Gray is a problem, bro.
He's a problem. He's in Greece right now killing. He's in Greece right now killing.
Nah, he's crazy.
But they were looking for me. And so, like, I got hot that second quarter. I think I had 18 or 19 points at halftime. And then I remember Paul Watson, shout out to P. Watt. He's with the Suns right now, the Valley Suns, and he was like, "Yo, if you don't get 30, like I'm punching you in front of everybody. Like, you got it." And I was like, "Damn, P." And he was like, "No, I'm not even joking, bro." Like, so the second half, I was just gunning, and yeah, ended up with 10 threes. A very cliche game for a guy like me, 10
Very
threes.
cliche.
But, and it was 31 points, so I had one of them was an and one. I hit the free throw, but yeah, it's a nice way to go out. Like, obviously, I wanted to make the playoffs and everything, but I think that was about as good of momentum I could have going into the offseason. Like,
so tough, bro.
it was fun, man. It was so fun. And I remember feeling like, dang, that really just happened. Like, I just hit 10 threes. That was the most threes I ever hit in a game, like, at any level.
That's
I think
so tough, bro.
I think I hit 8 a few times in college, but never 10. It was like, that's nuts.
That is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You know how crazy that is? 10 threes?
Bro, the craziest part about it, too, like, in the G League, you never know who you're going to play. Well, I get subbed in the second half, third quarter. Lance Stevenson starts face guarding me. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is nuts. Like, I remember, like,
Out of everybody,
bro.
over here.
Oh, and he starts talking trash to me, and he's face guarding me. He's like, yeah, like, I know this is the best game you ever had in your career. Like, I'm not letting that. I'm just shutting the water off, all that. So Paul comes up, and he's like, yo, Lance, he's busting your ass, bro. Like, and I'm just sitting there laughing. And I was like, bro, like, there's a reason why you feel the need to guard me like this. Like, obviously, I'm killing you guys. Like, it was so funny to me, though.
Lance Stevenson, bro.
It was nuts. Like, I remember in middle school watching him and LeBron in the playoffs, and now he's face guarding me. I was like, this is crazy. Yeah, doing some nuts.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
Oh, it was so funny, though.
When I saw Lance, my first time seeing Lance, I played Lance when he was at Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Then I played him again when he was with Iowa. And it's crazy what his like career is,
Yeah.
bro.
I mean, he's still the same Lance.
He's
like,
still the same Lance. Like
he was with the Lakers,
shit.
like 4 or 5 years ago? At this
Yeah.
point? But yeah, no. I think all that, it's just like, it felt surreal for sure. But I don't know. I like to think it was like a culmination of a lot of hard work too.
So now this year, what is your goals this year?
Goals this year, I just continue to build on what we did last year. Like, last year was like me being a pro, like figuring things out with my routines and stuff. And I was like, okay, this year, like, I got to be consistent. I got to be like, the team got to know I'm a shooter. Like, I got to be the safety blanket for people. Like, I need my teammates to trust me and all that. And like, my number, like, for me, numbers and stuff, I don't try to put a number on it because I don't want to like stress like, oh, if I make this
hate
shot,
numbers, bro. I'll let everybody know this now, bro. I hate numbers. I don't care about numbers. If the schedule on the schedule, if it says we got a W on it,
that's what it matters. Exactly. And like, everyone always like, I think that's when shooters start to mess up, is when they think, okay, I got to make this shot, or I got to make my next 2 to make whatever percentage. Like, I think that's when I'm not shooting it the same and I'm not thinking the same when it leaves my hands.
Yeah.
So like, I don't like to put a number like goal on things because it's like, you never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah,
the ups and downs with the game and everything. But for me, it's just continue to build relationships. And again, like, my goal at the end of the day, playing basketball, is to play at the highest level. So, like, if I can build towards that, whatever the highest level for me is in this year, then I think it's a win. Like, and I think I did what I was supposed to do this year. So, and I value relationships a ton. So, like, if I can leave this year with a handful of new friendships, new professional relationships, whatever it is, then, again, I think that's a win.
That boy networking.
Yeah. For sure.
So like at this time, like you just had one heck of a journey getting here, bro.
It feels like it. I mean, when we sit down in a small time frame and talk about it sounds crazy. But like, I don't know. I don't look at it like in some nuts story or whatever. Like, I think like I said, everyone has their path. Everyone has their different versions of adversity. And like, again, I think I've been very lucky to have people in my journey that have reminded me to take the right things from it, right? Like, don't get down on myself because I wasn't recruited. Like, be appreciative that you got an opportunity. And I think because I thought that way, I was able to take advantage of it. And then, like, same thing, like, oh, the team was losing games, you got hurt or whatever. Don't be upset because you're not getting on the floor. Be grateful that you have people looking after you to get you back out there. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And so I think as long as whatever your journey is, recruited, highly recruited, ton of money, whatever it is, like, as long as you're able to take the right things from each part of the journey, like, you're going to end up taking the right steps forward. So that's kind of how I feel about my situation, like, my journey. Because, again, like you said, like, people will say that to me. They'll be like, oh, it's crazy. And when I had the big game last year, like, the GTV posted, they're like, college walk-on. And I was like, it's cool. I'm sure it's cool for them to, like, advertise that way. But I was like, I don't think of myself like that. Like, I don't think of myself as, like, some anomaly that made it or whatever. Like, it's just like that was the steps I had to take, and here we are.
Everybody got their little journey going on. But you know what segment we about to get into?
Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it.
What you want to do? You want to do the walk-on one? You want to do yours first, or you want to do mine first?
Yeah, we do mine first, just so we
Okay.
can go to yours. So at the walk-on pod, like I said, we were gonna get into it. So I have a podcast. It's called the Walk-On Pod. It's me, my trainer, and then it's another one of the kids that my trainer trains. He ended up being one of my little brother's teammates growing up, and he ended up walking up in Idaho State, which was a big sky school, and we got super close then. And so us three do a podcast. We release episodes every Sunday. We try to highlight as many stories as we can, like similar to mine. So all three of us were walk-ons. Jared, my trainer, walked on at UCSB, and then, like I said, Tommy was a walk-on at Idaho State. And I think we try to there's a negative connotation on the word walk-on. Like, again, it's usually seen as like the end of the bench kid that, you know, like parents were on the team or went to that school or whatever the case may be, got them on the team or whatever. Like, we want to put positive light on those guys that are willing to do the extra things to just be a part of it. Like, whatever your opportunity is, like every single story that we've had on there, it's just so many people who are grateful for their journey and like are grateful for the opportunities they've had. And so we try to shed positive light on those stories and give people a platform to talk about themselves in confidence, because like there's no reason that you shouldn't be confident in what you've done. Like, whatever it is, like you should be confident in the way that you've overcome things. So that's what we do with the Walk On podcast. Our main segment is we do a starting five podcast, or a starting five segment. So whatever the topic may be, we do a starting five for that segment. So like last week, what did we do last week? We did, we had my friend, she is like she's a sports PR manager for the Knuckleheads podcast with the Players Tribune.
Oh, that's so tough.
Yeah, so she was an elite volleyball player growing up. So I've been friends with her since like middle school, and she was getting recruited by like UCLA and Wisconsin and all this growing up, and she ended up just kind of like fizzling out with volleyball, but she loved sports. She loved basketball, and she ended up taking this job and like getting her. She had an amazing story. Again, go watch the podcast. You'll get her whole story. But we did, because she was a volleyball player growing up, we did starting five NBA players that would be good volleyball players.
Oh, no.
We got fouled?
Got fouled, man. Dang it.
I mean, this one's still going.
Yeah, this one's still going. That's great.
There we go. Was you rolling with it?
Huh?
Let's see. What's the diagnosis?
Let's go ahead and switch these out. Dang, man.
It was going well.
It's going great. That's why I need to get another one.
I feel like those batteries go through it so fast.
Huh?
Batteries just go through it so fast, I feel like.
Yeah. Dang, man, this is going perfect. All this stuff is like hot right now.
Yeah, jeez. There we go. Professional podcaster.
Get to it, man. We got a little bit of,
Technical difficulty fixed by Isaiah Miller himself,
Bro.
Professional podcaster.
this is just crazy, bro. I like doing all this stuff. Like, you gotta have somebody behind these cameras,
Yeah.
bro.
On top of it all.
Yeah.
All right, what was I saying? Sydney. So, yeah, she was a volleyball player. We did starting five NBA players that would be good on the volleyball court. So that was what we did for that episode. But like I said, we've done a ton of different, like, we're on episode 160 something, I think. I don't know. We've done a ton of episodes, 160 something episodes, I think. So, yeah, we've done a ton of starting five segments. But yeah, I don't know what starting five we're gonna do today.
Let's do. Let's do. Football players.
Starting 5 football players. Okay.
Shout out to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl is coming up. That's good. That's good PR right there. That's really good. Yeah, all right.
Shout out to the Super Bowl.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do.
The championship just passed. College football championship.
Like yesterday, right? Or 2 days ago, whatever it was. Yeah, that's good timing, man. That's smart. Professional podcaster.
Yeah.
All right, point guard. I need a quarterback because, they're going to, just like a point guard would, they're going to quarterback my team. They're going to make sure everyone's, on top of things. They know the offense like the back of their hand, the leaders of our team. And there's one quarterback that I love. He's my favorite player in the NFL.
Who?
Jameis Winston. So I'm putting
God.
I'm putting Jameis Winston at my point guard. Shooting guard. I need an electric scorer, high volume scorer. We know that when we get him the ball, he's gonna make a play for us. I'm gonna go with who I think is the best wide receiver in the league. I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson at the shooting guard. Small forward. I need some size. Like I need someone that can guard 1 through 4. I need someone that's an athlete, runs well in transition. I need a vertical threat. So I'm gonna take a tight end here. There's a lot of good young tight ends.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the Travis Kelce. I'm not going to do that one. I think he's kind of fading away. I'm going to take the young bull from Las Vegas who had a great rookie year. I'm going to take Brock Bowers, one of the best rookie tight end seasons of all time. So that's going to be my small forward.
You is going fair right now.
Hey, man. At power forward, I need some mobility, but I need some more size. Like this guy's going to be a beast on the glass. But I need him to be mobile. I need to be able to pick and pop, stretch the floor a little bit. I'm going to take a fullback here. I'm going to take Patrick Ricard, the fullback for the Ravens.
Okay.
They kind of put him all over the field. He can catch passes. He can run the ball. He can lead block. He can internally block. So he does a lot of things for them. That's what I like my 4-man, to be kind of a Swiss Army knife. And then my center, I need some height. I need a rim protector. I need someone that defenses are going to fear when they see him in the paint. I'm going to take an edge rusher. I'm going to take the best edge rusher in the league. I'm going to take Myles Garrett as my center. And there we go. That's my 5 right there.
Okay.
I'm not going pretty good 5.
See, I'm not going to be biased. I'm not going to be biased.
No, don't.
I'm not going to be biased. See me?
Yeah.
See me? At my point guard, you got to have vision. You got to know where your guys is, stuff like that. I'm going to be an asshole. Patrick Mahomes.
But look, it might be the easy pick, but there's a reason why it's the easy pick.
Hey, that man got vision.
He does it all.
He got the what you call it? He got the Yoo-hoo right now.
Yeah,
he got the magic stuff right now.
Yeah, he's special. Yeah,
at my 2,
it's a great pick.
At my 2, man, I need somebody who's going to score, man. I need somebody who's going to get him up, man. I don't want to say this. Might hate me.
What you got?
You might hate me. He's not in that conversation anymore. But if he was another team,
okay,
he'll be that guy.
Who you got?
Tyreek Hill.
That's a great play. You can't guard him. You can't guard him.
Tyreek Hill, he gotta get out. He gotta get out of Miami.
I like that.
For my 3, you said big, strong.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce.
Look, again, there's a reason why he's in the greatest conversation.
I'm going for Travis Kelce. So
I like it.
After Travis Kelce, at my 4, at my 4, who's gonna be at my 4? This is hard.
See, when we have you on the Walk On Pod, I'm gonna make sure you're prepared. We do draft format too. No way.
Definitely way. It's all good. Dang, bro. At my 4, I might gotta go Miles, bro.
I mean, bro, he's a problem.
All right, how about this? How about I switch? I put Saquon at my 3.
That's a really good play, actually.
I put Saquon at my 3.
Put Travis Kelce at the 4.
Put Travis Kelce at
like
the 4. And I'm going to have Derrick Henry at my 5.
That's a star-studded lineup.
That is hey, man.
That's a high-scoring lineup, too.
That's a high-scoring lineup. Yeah. I mean, I got nothing else to.
No, I like that.
It's all defensive, but it'll be all right. No, I mean, like all offensive.
All offensive. Yeah, I like that, though.
I'll give it like a little Golden State.
Yeah. No, real dynamic, though. I think you did a good job there. Impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so 3 questions?
3 questions, baby.
3 questions for the MillerTime podcast here.
For the MillerTime podcast. Either for the viewers or for your one and only Isaiah Miller.
Right. Okay, I'm going to ask the viewers one first.
All right.
Are you subscribed to the podcast? Shout out to Patrick Beverly.
Actually, subscribe to my podcast so we don't have a problem.
That's the first question.
I'm going to uppercut y'all.
To the podcast?
I swear to God, if I see y'all and y'all ain't subscribed to my podcast, I'm going to uppercut y'all.
Look, if you're watching this right, if you've made it this far into the podcast and you're not subscribed, you're doing something wrong.
Doing something completely
wrong. So that's
wrong.
question number 1. Are you subscribed to the podcast?
You got to be, bro. You got to be.
Question number 1.
Okay.
Question number 2. I'm going to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have asked you this last time. Who do you in the NBA right now model your game after the most?
This year's different, bro.
Yeah.
Last year was kind of different. I don't know who to model my game as. Oh yeah. What did I say last time? Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm going straight for Drew Holiday.
I think that's a great comparison.
Drew Holiday be all over the floor. He go dunker.
He will do whatever it takes to win.
It's
too.
whatever.
I feel like anyone who watches you play would say that. Like, you are gonna go play to the hardest that you can and do whatever it takes to win the game. Like, and I feel like that's what he does too. So
I'm
like
cool. I'm straight cool with that, bro. Y'all got it. I already know I'm gonna have 2 or 3 score. 2 or 3. I'm gonna have like probably 3 or 4. When you're in the G League, have 3 or 4 scorers already, bro. I want to go do something else, bro.
Yeah.
Like, let me go get these 3 skills. Let me go get these 3 skills.
You gotta be seen as, if not the best perimeter defender in the league at this point.
I mean, I'm trying to, man. I mean,
DPOY coming soon, maybe.
I hope so, bro.
I
I
think you deserve it. Like, yeah, but I think that's a great comparison. I think that's a really good.
Definitely Drew Holiday.
Holiday. All right, last question. I'll ask the viewers, get some engagement in the comments here. So go ahead and drop this one in the comments below. Right. What motivates you each day to get out of bed and attack that day? What motivates you to get out of bed and attack that day? So that's my last question. That's
very tough, bro. That was a great 3 questions right
Good
there.
questions. There we go. I really like that first one.
Yeah.
I might have to add that to
that first one, I might put it right here.
With the subscribe button right next to it.
I might put it right there going down the line. But dang, bro. We reached the hour already. Luke, once again, this was way better.
Yeah, man. Trial number 2.
Hey, trial number 2 is way better than number 1. I'm letting y'all know that now. My guy ain't gonna be mad at me on this one.
Editor, man.
My editor, my boy Kyle, you're not gonna be mad on this one. Let's go. But MillerTime gang, we is out. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate my sniper for coming up here. This man lived under me. This man lived straight under me. I appreciate this man for coming out and helping out on the podcast, bro. Yeah, telling your story, telling your journey. It was wonderful, bro.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And MillerTime gang, we is out. Hold on. Hey.